So, all right, Rob. So why is it important to invest in sales training to make sure that you're investing in your team in this 2020 market?
Well, I think it's important that it's, the one thing that we do, we want to make sure that our team can be the best that they can be. And, I think what this sales training does for us is it gives us a competitive edge relative to the competition in our market. The one thing that I would say is that I don't know any other builder that's offering a program like we are on an ongoing basis. So again, it's about how can we ensure that our team is the best they can be, and can we do to ensure that we have an edge versus the competition, and this training allows us to do that.
Awesome. So how about your performance? How do you feel like that the training has impacted your team's performance compared to maybe some of your competitors?
Well, when I started in 2018, we were coming off of a very difficult year, and I was exposed to the FPG approach to training with our team, and it was new to me. I mean, I've been involved in other sales training in other areas of life, but I think the one thing that I realized is this gave us a proven process, that was geared towards our industry. And what it did was it created alignment so that all the team was, basically, I guess, preaching from the same songbook. And we all really were clear on how we could, be successful in a very difficult market by utilizing this process. And what we ended up doing is, along with this process and other things that we did as a company, we basically took off in terms of our sales. And we had a fantastic 2019. We doubled our market share, which is unheard of in this industry in a tough market. We were 40% better in terms of volume relative to the previous year, and we were 20% over budget. And I really believe that this program was a key attribute to our success in terms of how we delivered business in 2019. So to be honest with you, it's worked well for us.
Awesome. And so beyond the sales team for a minute, how have you seen, the exposure of the whole company, leadership coaching, warrior selling? How have you seen it impact the culture at Excel?
Yeah, I think, from my standpoint, when we always look like we're investing in the team, and that's what we're doing here with this training, is we're investing in our team. So the team itself really feels good about the fact that they feel valued. They feel that the company views them as an important cog in the organization. It enhances their professional development, and it's important to them. The other thing it's done is it's really breeded a lot of confidence with the team that the company is investing this, putting this investment towards professional development with a proven training process to create success. It allows them to be the best that they can be every day, and it breeds confidence. And really, from an executive perspective, that's what they want to see, because that's part of our values. We're trying to grow our team. We want people to feel like we're the company that's the best place to work. And part of by doing that is how do you invest back in your team? And that's what we've been doing with this program.
Awesome. How about just the relevancy of the program and of the content? How do you see the relevancy of the content compared to maybe any other training that you've been a part of or that you've seen?
Well, like I alluded to earlier on, it's I think the key for me is that this program is geared towards the residential home building industry. So it's really tied into what we do every day. And so the team can identify with that. I think the other thing with this program, which to me is very key, is a lot of the topics that we focus on are really relevant to what we deal with in the current market. And starting when we go back to the stage one of the program, where we're at that point in time was about really trying to understand the 7 steps, and then we do the 5-4-3 approach. But it's really understanding, feeling comfortable with your process, trusting the process, basically massaging it so it's still something that you will feel comfortable with as you're having a conversation with the customer, but it's about guiding that customer through the sales process. And again, it's all about how do you reinforce to that customer that you're there to help improve their family's life. And that's really what we're doing. And this process has allowed us, and the program has allowed us to build confidence and really move forward and create success.
Beautiful. Awesome. So yeah, there's definitely the process, right? There's the 5-4-3 and all the structure that comes with working through the sales process, how to handle objections, all those different things. But the other thing that we focus on at FPG is that mindset element, right? The idea of coaching the mindset of the sales team, removing leashes. Can you talk a little bit about maybe how you've seen that idea impact the team?
Well, it's interesting because I know on every sales team, you're going to have a number of people that do have a growth mindset, that more of a can-do approach to how they're going to go out there and conquer a sale and work with a prospect. But you'll also have certain individuals that may have a fixed mindset. So they're more maybe glass half full versus glass half empty versus half full. And I think what you've seen with our team is that even though we're in a challenging market, and we've been in this challenging market since 2015. I mean, it's not like it's only been the last year. I mean, we've been really pushing hard. So every sale is a warrior sale. There are no market sales in this market, especially right now what we're dealing with the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, this is about as challenging as you can get. So the reality is the team itself collectively, I believe, has a very, very can-do approach to their growth mindset. But when you look at the leashes that they may have, everybody has leashes, everybody has reluctances, everybody has some challenges. And what this has done for me is it's helped me identified for me what are those key leashes that they have and what are the things that I can do to maybe help them through that and work with them so they can get better. And if we can eliminate those leashes and they can be more productive, well, that not only helps them as an individual, but it helps us as a company. And again, it's a win-win for both sides because in a lot of cases, the process on how you are able to help identify what those leashes would be in the sales process, it now allows me to really work with them on a coaching perspective to try to work that out of them.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the training you've been getting on the leadership coaching side for a second. So what's something that you have really found impactful, something that maybe you're grateful that you've learned that's helped you be a better coach, a better leader?
Well, I think working with you, Tracy, and working with the team, I think what it's done for me is it's allowed me to really reflect and look back on what are the things or what are the ways that I can maybe revisit or take a different approach to work with the team and how I coach with them. So we look at a very different topics every month. We look at ways, and some of the topics would be something that I've maybe worked with in my past life. But again, it's reflecting on that and it's bringing to the forefront so that you can say, this is a great way to try to work with this individual to try to, get the most out of them and maybe get them to look at things a little bit differently and how they can be more successful as they are working with their customers to try to move that sale forward and get those little wins so that we can eventually, create a sale and improve a family's life.
Yeah, awesome, really cool. All right, well, hey, thank you for doing this. Is there anything else that you would want to share? Anything else that you want to, any last parting comments you have that you want to put out there?
Well, I would think the only thing I would say is that this program, I think the importance of the program for me was the consistency of having it run all year, an ongoing program. The one thing about past training that I've had in my past life, it's either been maybe a 2 or 3 day seminar that you would send your team to or have somebody come to train with your team. But when they go away, if you don't use it, you lose it. And it becomes more problematic for that to be consistent and to maintain that. I find that the way our process works working with FPG is it allows us to continue to evolve and grow. And the thing that I think that really bodes well for our team is when we have our calls and when we have our biweekly calls, what that does is everybody is together on that call and there's a lot of learning. And the one thing about business, it doesn't matter how long you've been in business, you're going to learn something new every day. And when you're working on a call and you're talking about a specific topic and you're getting people to collaborate, talking about that specific idea or thought for the day, everybody's going to learn from that. And I find that that's very invaluable. And I find that that's really helped us as a team grow collectively, but it creates accountability and it just creates some nice collaborative thought process with the discussion point. And we've been able to grow and everybody is on side and the engagement has been great.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you. Thanks for doing that, Rob. I appreciate it. I think that's great. I think that's covered some good ground for us. So I appreciate it.